Okay, so if you've all gathered up your couch cushion, we'll use that towards the end of class so you can set it off to the side. And we'll start seated. So you can do whatever you need to do to get comfortable to sit for several minutes. You could, if you want, sit up on your cushion. And if you happen to have a bolster, you can use that as your cushion, but a couch cushion works just as well. So we'll find ourselves seated. You can let your hands rest wherever is comfortable. And as usual, we'll take the first few moments just to settle into this space. It's been an interesting week, and I think we've all been relating to the weather events in our own ways. So whatever you're bringing into this space that's been kind of stirred up for you this week is perfectly fine. So any thoughts, distractions, emotions, it's all okay and welcome. Just kind of start to let all that settle right here. And start to notice your breath as you welcome an in-breath through your nostrils, perhaps lengthening the crown of your head on your inhale. And then notice your exhale as you kind of deflate and push the air out. And now as you breathe, bring particular awareness to just your inhales. And your exhales will happen naturally, but see if you can notice what is going on as you breathe that air in. Notice how you expand, what parts of you expand. Notice the temperature of the air as it moves in through your nostrils. Perhaps making your inhales a little bit longer to bring more awareness to them. And then start to bring your attention just to your exhales. So your inhales will happen naturally, but you're really lengthening and noticing what's going on for your whole body when you breathe out. There's kind of that emptying, that compression, that downward energy. And then start to connect that awareness on your exhale with an awareness simultaneously on your inhale. And allowing that connection between those two to bring about a kind of circular breath. So as you exhale, perhaps you imagine a circle starting along your spine, looping around, and rising up as you inhale, tracing your front body, looping around, and as you exhale, that circle continues down your back body. If visualizing the circle is helpful, you can continue imagining that line being traced. Or you can simply continue inhaling and exhaling with a sense of connection between them. Continuous breath. And take just a few more rounds of this breathing. You're welcome to keep your eyes gently closed or soften them open. And we're gonna let our head fall off to the right. So you're drawing your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel a little bit of a stretch in the left side of the neck. And then we'll bring our left hand to meet the left side of our neck. And you can either just leave it here or bring a little bit of massage to the space all around your neck. So you might even reach down your back, feeling your shoulder blade, or down towards your collarbone. Slowly letting your hand explore all that's going on in this left side of your neck and shoulder. Continuing to breathe. And then we'll bring our right hand as we draw our neck back up towards the center. And then we'll, with both hands on opposite shoulders, we'll let our head fall forward. So we're drawing our chin towards our chest. And then we're finding either just simple contact with the hands on our neck or a little bit of massage on both sides. Coming into contact with ourselves. Sending ourselves a little extra love and compassion through this self-massage. And then we'll draw our head back up to where we started. Drop our drop our left hand and then let your head fall off towards the left. Right hand makes contact with your neck. And then start to explore the right side of your neck. Your shoulder, your collarbone. Pausing at any points that could use a little extra attention. And then we'll gently drop the right hand. We'll release the head back, so we're finding all 4 directions of the neck. You can release back as far as you'd like, just opening up the throat. You can let your hands fall to your sides. Return your head back to center. And we'll start to make some circles with our body. Actually, if you want to reverse the cross of your legs, now would be a good time to do that. Just kind of balance it out. And we'll start to make some circles around with our upper body. So these can be as small in diameter or as big as you'd like. They can be as slow or as speedy as you'd like. And just noticing as you lean back, feeling kind of a curling in of the shoulders, and then as you move forward, feeling reaching forward of the heart. And tuning back into that circular breath that we cultivated earlier as you continue to circle the body around. And then you'll start to circle your upper body in the opposite direction. Few more rounds here. And then instead of stopping abruptly, we're just going to gently slow down our circles, make them smaller and smaller, as if we're kind of spiraling towards our center line or around our center line. So we're just slowing down those circles, allowing them to get smaller and smaller in diameter until you find yourself all the way back seated. We're going to clasp our hands here. So we're going to stretch those palms out in front of you, clasping the hands and flipping them. Notice your back body here and take a few breaths there as you expand the space between your shoulder blades. And then your next inhale will draw your hands up towards the ceiling, keeping them clasped. And then exhale, you'll separate the arms and find a cactus or goalpost shape of the arms, drawing the elbows down. Inhale, draw the arms back up, clasp the hands. Exhale, same way we came, draw them back down. Palms pushing out. Another one like that. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms, draw the elbows down gently. Inhale, arms reach up, clasp the hands. Exhale, draw them down, curl in through the upper body. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, draw down. Stay here for one more inhale. Exhale, slowly release one finger at a time. Let the arms come to rest on your knees. For just a moment, we'll walk our hands back behind us, just finding a little gentle opening of the chest, drawing the shoulders back behind. Your fingers are pointing back behind you as well. Couple of breaths here. You can drop the head back or leave it as it is. And then we'll walk the hands forward, finding ourselves in a tabletop. So hands and knees come to meet the mat. And take a moment to set yourself up here, spreading wide through all of your fingers, allowing the tops of the feet to touch the mat. Taking a nice deep breath into your back body, filling up, gently pushing the floor away. And then exhale, remain here without collapsing into your shoulders. We're gonna extend our right foot back, but keep your right toes touching the mat. So we're just finding a nice long stretch through the back side of the right leg. Shift your weight around a little bit forward and back. Relax the jaw, relax the tongue. Perhaps closing the eyes. We'll draw the right knee back to meet the mat. Take another breath here, fill the back body. Exhale, stay without collapsing into the shoulders. Bring left leg back, keep the left toes on the mat. And shift your weight forward and back, nice and slow. And then we'll draw that left knee back underneath the left hip. Even yourself out. We'll take one lion's breath here together. So your exhale will be really strong out the mouth with the tongue spread, with the tongue out, big wide mouth. Inhale through the nose to start. Exhale, open your mouth. We're gonna extend our right leg back, this time lifting the toes up off the mat so your leg is coming straight out from your hip. You can stay here or draw your left arm forward, out, straight out from your left shoulder. Inhale, feel that length from left fingertip all the way out the right heel. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the elbow, meeting in the center of your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Flex the right foot. Exhale, gently release hand, release knee. Even yourself out, shift your weight around. And then extend your left leg back, flexing that left foot. Again, staying here is just fine. Otherwise, you can bring your right arm forward. Breathe in, feel that extension from your fingertips out through your heel. And then breathe out, curling in, drawing elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release down. You can move through a cat-cow here, just a transition, nice and slow. For your inhale and your exhale. And then find yourself back at the center. We'll briefly take a down dog here. So spread wide through your 10 fingers, root down through your palms, tuck your toes, and pushing down through your toes and your palms, you'll shift your hips up and back. You're welcome to take a deep bend through the knees if you'd like, so you can draw the heels down a little bit more. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Shift forward, find a plank pose. And then lower the knees, find a child's pose. Knees out to the edges of the mat, toes come to touch. Lower the chest and chin down. Arms can be extended out in front of you or by your sides. Take 3 slow breaths here on your own. And then once you finish that 3rd breath, we're gonna slither forward into a baby cobra. So you'll have to come up off the mat a bit, but you can try to stay low and slither your body forward and eventually gently rising your chest up off the mat. So your palms are rooted down underneath your shoulders, your head is lifted, and your elbows are drawing together. Breathe in, lift the heart, gaze forward. And breathe out, release the head, release the chest. Make a pillow with your hands for your head and relax. Start to peel the head up off the hands and then extend your left arm straight out. We're going to find a shoulder stretch. So we're going to reach our left arm out away from our body. We're going to plant our right palm underneath our right shoulder. And then you're going to start to roll off towards your left. And you might even bring your right foot to plant down on the ground on the other side. Sorry, your right foot to plant down on the other side of your left leg. Otherwise, you can keep both of your legs down. Slowly start to roll out of this stretch. So you're rolling your body back down. So you're laying on your stomach. Make a pillow for your head with your hands. And as you rest your forehead down, you can start to bend your knees and find a little windshield wiper of the legs. As you breathe here, notice the contact that your body has with the mat. Breathing in, slowly filling up, And breathing out, slowly relaxing down. Start to slow down the movement of the legs. Release them back down on the mat. And then find that shoulder stretch on the right side. You'll extend the right arm out, plant the left hand under the left shoulder, and then roll everything off to the right. You can keep your legs on the ground both, or bring that right foot to the mat. And start to roll yourself out of this. Finding yourself on your belly again, and one more time making a pillow for the hands and windshield wipering the legs side to side. Start to slow down the rocking of the legs. And then gently let them come back to the mat. With the help of your hands, you're gonna find yourself back in your child's pose. So kind of like a slithering backwards instead of forwards. You're gonna widen the knees, toes come to touch, forehead, chest meet the mat. 3 deep breaths here on your own. On your next inhale, you'll rise up to a tabletop. And then on the exhale, you'll find your downward dog one more time. Start to walk the feet towards the hands. Feet at hips width distance. You'll find yourself in a forward fold. Find a slight bend through the knees, grab opposite elbows. Allow that to draw you a tiny bit more downward. Play around a little bit with bending one knee and then bending the other knee. Twisting yourself from one side to the next. And then release the clasp of the elbows. Allow the legs to be still. And slowly roll up, keeping the arms and the head heavy until the very end. Once you find yourself standing, no rush at all. You'll flip your palms to face in front of you. Shift your weight around a bit until you find a nice, steady, rooted mountain pose. Relax the shoulders a little bit more. Relax the jaw a little bit more. Notice your inhales. And then notice your exhales. Try to tune back into that circular breath that we started with. Perhaps drawing the circle in your mind as you draw your breath up, circling the front body, looping around. Exhale, draws the circle down your back body, tracing your spine. And then continuing around, right back into that inhale. And right at the top of your inhale, continuing right into your exhale without pause. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them. And we're going to start to find some arm circles. So keeping your stance the same, I'm going to start to rotate our arms so that you're drawing your hands out in front of you and then up by your ears, framing your face, and then back behind you. Obviously, they won't go all the way back. But just trying to cultivate a bit of spaciousness here with these big movements. Circling the arms. Perhaps incorporating your breath here, breathing in to draw the arms up. And breathing out to let them fall back behind you, kind of mimicking the circle that we were imagining inside of us. And then find those circles in the opposite direction. And then just for fun for a moment, see if you can do one arm in one direction and one arm in the opposite direction. And then switch that the other way. And then the next time both of your hands meet above your head, framing your face, pause there. And we'll take a nice deep breath, lengthening the fingertips a little bit higher. And then exhale, flip the palms, slowly draw the arms down. Eventually resting them by your sides. Move into tree pose on each side. First, shifting our weight into our left leg. Drawing the right knee up towards the chest. You're welcome to stay here and practice with this balance, or draw your right sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh or calf. And then find any position of the arms that feels good for you. And keeping a little bit of a micro bend in the standing leg. Notice if you're dumping into your left hip. See if you can draw yourself out of that, lengthening the spine. And then slowly we'll bring the right knee back towards the center, drawing it in up towards the chest. And then exhale, release the right foot down. And take a moment to fidget the legs in any ways that you need. And then shift your weight into your right foot, your right leg, strong and grounded, and then you'll draw your left knee up towards your chest. Again, you're welcome to stay here or find your tree pose, rooting down through your right leg. Remembering to keep a little bit of a bend through your standing leg. And notice if you're shifting all of your weight into that standing leg, draw yourself towards the center and up out of that right hip. And then we'll start to come out, drawing the left knee back towards center, lifting it up once more, and then exhale. Left foot comes down to meet the right. Again, you can shift around, play around, bending your knees, shift your weight forward and back. And then we'll take a nice deep inhale, circling the arms up overhead. And then exhale, spread the arms wide, find a forward fold all the way over your legs. We'll take one halfway lift, lengthening the spine, gazing forward. And then an exhale, forward fold a little bit deeper. Plant the palms if you can, start bending your knees. We're gonna lower ourselves all the way down to a seat. And as you're arriving in your seat, you can grab your couch cushion or your bolster or whatever you have as a big fluffy prop. So what we're gonna do, I'll demonstrate first. We're gonna find a heart opener on our backs using our cushion. So depending on the size and shape of your cushion, this might look slightly different for you, so you can play around. Oh, you can't see me that well. But basically your cushion is gonna be resting kind of in your mid back, so your thoracic spine. And your shoulders are going to be probably not on the ground, but they might be close to the ground. Your head will be on the ground, and your arms might be out to a T. Not sure if, yeah, you could see me. If that works for the shape of your cushion. If not, you can let the arms rest on your belly. It's a little bit less of an opener that way. The feet can stay planted or can be long. It's slightly more intense with the legs long, so you can decide what feels good for you, knocking the knees together or lengthening. So you can get yourself set up. And if none of those options feel good for you, you totally don't have to do it. We'll be here for a few minutes, so you do want to find something that feels supportive. And if that for you is just lying there with no props, that's totally fine. But if you are in the heart opener, take a few breaths to arrive here, drawing particular attention to the heart space. And then noticing all of the areas around your heart space, including your shoulders. If you're clenching, keeping your shoulders up, see if you can just let them surrender into gravity. And if your eyes are closed, see if you can allow where your eyelids meet to be really gentle. So you're not clenching your eyes closed, you're just resting them barely closed. We'll take about 2 more breaths here, nice and slow, reawakening. And then as you're ready to come out, instead of just pushing ourselves up, we're gonna roll off to one side of the cushion. So you can draw your right arm towards your left, draw your knees together, and just kind of slither yourself off. Rest here for a moment, and then start to push yourself up. And we'll use the cushion again soon, so keep it close by. And we'll find our way down on our backs with our knees hugged in towards our chest. And you can hold your left knee with your left hand and your right knee with your right hand. And start to find some circles with your knees. So again, these can be small or large. They can be slow or a little bit faster. And then reverse those circles in the other direction. can continue this way or find a brief happy baby, grabbing the edges of the feet with the hands and gently drawing the knees down on either side of your body. Perhaps rocking your weight side to side. Deep breath in through the nose and let it out the mouth. And then for just about a minute, we'll just let our legs hang upward, finding a little legs up the wall without the wall. Letting our body rest in the opposite way that we usually move through the world. You can take any kind of bend with the knees here. And then we'll slowly start to draw both of the legs down on the mat. You might feel a little bit of an engagement of the abs here, and then eventually your feet will meet the mat. And hopefully your cushion is close by. If not, you can grab it. And we're gonna you might need to sit up actually to set this up, but your cushion can either rest underneath your knees or underneath your ankles. So you can play around with both of those and notice what your body's needing. If your cushion's big enough, maybe it supports both your knees and your ankles. Arms can either rest by your side or make contact with your body. Eyes are soft or closed. And perhaps you invite back that circular breathing, giving your mind something to focus on, drawing the circles of breath up your front body and down your back body. You're welcome to stay just as you are for the next few minutes. Or if you'd like to find any other version of Shavasana, sorry, you can set yourself up however you'd like to rest. These are the words of Jeff Foster. There is no urgency. Summer does not rush toward autumn. One tiny blade of grass is not trying to grow faster than its neighbor. The planets spin lazily in their orbits. This ancient universe is in no hurry. But the mind, feeling so divided from the totality, wants answers now, wants solutions today, wants to know so badly. It wants to reach its precious conclusions, and ultimately it wants to be in control. But you are not the mind. Mind is an aspect of the whole, but cannot capture the whole. So slow down, friend. Take a deep conscious breath. Trust the place where you are, the place of no answers yet. The precious place of not knowing. This place is sacred, for it is 100% life. It is full of life, saturated with life, dripping with life, drenched with life. Don't try to rush to the next scene in the movie of me. Be here, in this scene, now. Now is the only scene there is. Now is the place where questions rest and creative solutions grow. Start to feel a deepening of your breath. Start to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. And take a nice big stretch with the arms above your head. Reaching the toes in front of you and the arms behind you. And then curl your knees in towards your chest. Start to wrap your arms around and roll off to one side. With the help of your hands, you can start to make your way up to a seat. Taking your time, keeping your eyes either closed or nice soft gaze. Noticing how it feels to be sitting. We will close with 3 breaths together, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Start with emptying all of your air out. And then filling it with your inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. This time, let it out with some sound. Let's rub the palms together in front of our chest, building a little bit of heat, friction, energy, life. And continue this, and when I count down from 3, 2, and 1, you'll bring the heels of your hands over your eyelids. So rub, 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 and then 3, 2, 1. Let your hands rest over your eyes. Let your fingers curl over the top of your head. Feel that vibration, energy in your hands soaking into the rest of you. And take this moment to appreciate yourself for being here. Taking the time to rest and move mindfully. And attempting to carry this with you through the rest of your day. You can start to release your hands from your eyes. Open your eyes. Thanks for joining, everyone. Nice to see you all.